love and light. How's everyone doing today? Thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate you guys being here and showing up. I'm doing my best to show up, even though I have a busy schedule. It's important that we stay connected. And happy Thursday to you all. I hope everything is going well and that you guys are having a really good day. I know sometimes we don't have a good day. Try to get through it as well and do things to uplift your spirit. That's always important here when we're especially talking about healing and, self love and self worth. So, newcomers, welcome and thank you also for being here. I'm here Monday through Friday. Right now, I'm not here on the weekends, but maybe in the near future. But thank you all for being here. And it's good to connect with you guys because it's important that we talk about grief, ways to heal, and we can do it creatively. We can make it fun. It doesn't have to feel overwhelming and, overloaded. So let's jump into the topic of discussion today. And remember, all of these things I talk about are the dots connected, which is all related to grief and healing. And also remember, I'm not a certified social worker or therapist. I don't have a degree in that category. I'm someone who went through a lot of grief, a lot of loss, and just, found creative ways besides therapy to heal those things. We never get over the losses, but we can get through the pain of the losses. So let's get into this topic, guys. The title today is Never Sell Yourself Short and Never Settle for Less. In life, with all these changes and things that's going on today, we see a lot of fake love bombing, fake friends, fake this, fake that. You know, it seems like we're losing the reality of things, with this fake stuff that's going on today. I choose love. I don't want anything in my life that's fake, you know. Um, it's important for me to always be my authentic self, no matter who likes it, who doesn't. That's important, to me, to keep it real. It's so important. When we talk about this, you know, peer pressure is probably one of the major causes of people settling for less. I can remember when I graduated from high school, my English teacher, and I said this before, wrote in my book. His name was Mr. Krell. Lisa, never sell yourself short. And, he kept it sweet and simple. And at that time, I really didn't understand what he was saying to me. But today, I truly understand what that means totally. Never sell myself short, never settle for less. Because sometimes with peer pressure in this world that we live in today, people will cave and give into situations that that's not for their highest good, and that may not be something that is enhancing their life. I'm going to say it in that manner. And I'm going to speak from a perspective of my own. I'm not here to judge people. We don't do that on this channel. When I talk about things, I've already gone through the things that I discuss here on this channel. So when I think of peer pressure, I think about the title of this discussion today. Never sell myself short and never settle for less. Because in the past, before I start the healing journey, that's what I was doing. I was settling for less. For example, relationships, knowing that I'm a generous person and I will help people until people start showing me that other side of who they are, the negative. If they're trying to use me, trying to get over, etc., I'm going to cut off, block, and delete. But the old Lisa would keep giving chance after chance after chance, being subservient to people, etc., and so forth. And I was never getting connected with people who was on my level. Let's say it in that way. These people were just there to take and to take advantage. I'll say it like this too: they were never there for true love, you know. And how I am now, the journey of healing today for me is, if it's not for my highest good, then I don't need it in my life. And it doesn't matter who or what or why, you know, people feel about it or whatever. You know, it's important for me to do things for my highest good. If it's not going to enhance my life, if it's going to bring hell to it, I don't need it. It's better for me to be at peace instead of being in pieces. And it took me a very long time to learn this lesson. You know, just because I don't need to be in a relationship just because everybody else is in it. That's the thing today. You know, find somebody out there. And you know what people are doing with this peer pressure, some people are settling for less just to be in a relationship instead of spending time alone to get to know yourself, what you want, what's your worth, you know. And I was doing that before, you know, one relationship, and I may wait 6 months and then right back into it. And I wasn't learning the lessons of I don't have to settle, you know, and it's okay. More importantly, it's okay to be alone. It doesn't mean that, oh, you don't have options. I have plenty of options, believe me on that. But right now, I'm enjoying the being alone and getting to the transformation that's occurring within me, you know, and getting to know myself and what I truly want in life, what I truly desire. And for the first time in my life, I'm understanding my mother's words before she left here, um, about wanting peace, you know, because she talked about that a lot. Because there's a lot of drama in this world, there's a lot of toxicity. And sometimes people carry that, and you can get connected to the wrong individual, you know, just to um, you know, cater to peer pressure because all your friends and everybody around you is getting married and have relationships. So why not you, right? And then you attract someone who, you know, may not be for your highest good, but, you know, that person is single and you're there and you get connected. However, shortly thereafter, you know, you start to see things that you don't want in your life that you would never settle for. But, you know, hey, this person is, you know, he or she may not be A, B, C, and D. And I don't mean, I'm talking about toxicity because we all have something, including myself, but I'm talking about just a lots of toxicity. And, you know, this person has a lot of drama, that this person that you are connecting with has a lot of drama and toxicity. And this is why I take my time to get to know someone. You know, I have a very busy schedule, and, you know, I have things going on that I need to take care of. But if I truly connect with someone who I think is worth my time, I will make time out of my schedule to spend time with that individual. You know, but for me, if it's toxicity in a person, because once you start to see people, you know, somebody is all over the place with all types of things going on that's on a negative, then I'm not connecting. You know, for me, it's better to stay at peace instead of pieces because I've done a lot of work, a lot of healing, you know, and a lot of meditation, a lot of praying with God, you know, keeping myself, you know, making vows, you know, keeping those vows, you know, and just doing better, enhancing my life. So why would I open the door after all this hard work to just let anyone in? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a you know, romantic relationship. I'm talking as far as friends too. If we're not on the same level, if it's not for my highest good, and if it's not uplifting or enhancing my life, then it doesn't need to be there. And that's what I mean about settling and selling myself short. If it's not enhancing my life, you know, relationships, you know, take work. And not only that, if it's not enhancing my life, then it doesn't need to be there. You know, if it's not bringing good things to my life, it doesn't need to be there. If it's bringing more toxicity than more, happiness, then it doesn't need to be in my life. And this is when when I talk to my therapist about a lot of things, and one of the first things when I started to open up to him that I learned is to set boundaries. And one of the things, it was so difficult for me to do, but after getting into the habit of doing it, I understand why it's so necessary today. And when people start to overstep those boundaries, then we're going to sit down, have another conversation about that. Okay, this is important. This is why it's important. I'll work with people, I'll sit, negotiate, talk, etc. But after the third time, I'm done with it because we are adults, whether it's a personal relationship or whether it's a situation like a friendship, because overstepping boundaries meaning that a person is it doesn't have respect for me, and I won't tolerate that. I remember a long time ago when I started to talk to my therapist about a situation, about a person at that time who was in my life, and they would just show up at my front door without being invited, without anything, just, hey, I was in your neighborhood and etc. A, B, C, and D. And that's never okay. The way I grew up, my mother would go off on things like that. And I think she would actually tell a person off about that because certain things you just don't do. It's very intrusive. And so I sat down and spoke to the person about it. Please, and please don't call me while I'm at work. I can't have phone calls. I drive for a living, etc. For but I'll talk to you on my break, if it's something important, etc. And I had to have this conversation a few times. And then when it continued to happen, I said, this can't happen anymore. I told you, if you need something, you could text me and I'll get back to you when I can. I can't have these phone calls. And the person had the audacity to tell me to mute my phone. No, you're going to stop calling it. And so what I said, we can't be friends anymore. I block, cut off, and delete and block the number from my phone. And the least I am today would probably be more firm about that, about stepping over my boundaries. And the person who I'm interacting with as well, and the people watching this, you should have boundaries. Set boundaries in your life, and it's important. Otherwise, people would do any and everything to you if they can. Showing up at my front door uninvited, unexpected. What I would do today is have that conversation one time. If it continued, I would go to the extreme to call the police because no one is going to overstep my boundaries and keep disrespecting me and doing things. And they think because of the way I speak, because I'm not acting out of character and I'm not screaming and yelling, that, they dismiss me. So if it happens again, then police is called and then you're not coming here at all because next thing is, restraining orders, whatever. Because when you are setting boundaries, it's for a reason. And vice versa. If someone set a boundary for me, I have to respect that, not be disrespectful of that, because it shows me the character of the individual when they do that. And if I'm getting to know someone and we, talk about boundaries and they continue to do that, I don't want to date them anymore. I don't want to be a friend because you are showing me behind that mask what's behind that mask, what's happening here, that you don't have any respect for me and that you're being intrusive and think you can do whatever. And then, I had issues in the past with that, and even to the point where people were just, being so intrusive, trying to know what I have going on, because I've left a lot of people behind because of toxicity. And then I let people know that if you continue to do this, and especially, gang stalking is illegal. Following someone, on, over and over again to see what they're doing, it's illegal. It's harassment, and, things can be done legally about that. And I don't play about it. I don't have to get into a lot of details. I just do the action. A lot of people don't understand that, because of the way I speak, and I get irritated with things, but I'm not going to be acting out of character, throwing things, be emotional, because I've healed to the point where I'm at peace. And if people want to try to, you know, go above and beyond to be not only intrusive but overstep boundaries, then they just going to get a rude awakening about it. Because when people do that, if it feels controlling to me, and that's something I'm not going to let anybody control my life. They think they can, that's until they get cut off, blocked, and deleted. And then they see, oh, wow, she's serious. But it's too late at that point. That's why I like to sit and have conversations. Okay, what is your boundaries? Find out about that person, and then I'll talk about mine. And we come to a mutual understanding and respect, the meeting of the minds. We both know what's important, etc. That's why with relationships and things like that, I take my time, get to know people, get to know their likes and dislikes, see if they um, mix with what I have going on, that see if we're on the same page with everything, and I'm very close to God. I'm in prayer all through the day. I could be driving when I'm by myself, talking to God, talking to God before I go to bed at night, and just, I really believe in God. And I just couldn't, let me give you an example. No disrespect to anyone, but I could not see myself dating someone who don't believe in God at all. It just wouldn't mix with me. It would be like water and oil, trying to mix that together. It just wouldn't mix with me. And so, because, that's a primary in my life. And however, and let's say it's somebody who's on the same page with me. One of the things I do, even though I have a very busy schedule, if I really like someone, I'll make time, to do some fun things, as I spoke about in my prior videos, to get to know each other. Let's laugh. Laughter is the best medicine for everything that, is going on in this world today, that's spinning on misery. And we would go out and do some fun things, like a carnival, bowling, maybe to an arcade to play some games. Just do things because I like fun things, find something else, that's fun, and just, that's just the way it is with me. I'm going to make sure the person that I'm out with is going to laugh and have fun as well. Videos online. I do things, I spend time alone to meditate as well. Meditation is a daily part of my routine because it puts me in the right track of mind. You know, Let me tell you something, guys, about this healing. When you start to get on this journey and find ways to spend time alone, like everybody should have at least 2 hours a day to themselves where they're not interacting with other things, but doing things that is uplifting your spirit that you enjoy, and it's important because you're taking care of your physical and mental health when you're doing these things. And as you start to, self-love, you start to self-care. You naturally start to take care of yourself. Like I go to the gym a few times a week now. It's hard. The old Lisa would say, I'm tired today, I'm not going to do it. I don't go every day, but a couple of times a week. And I would just say no. But for me now, it's important, you know, for me to take care of myself. And it's nothing wrong with that. We all should be taking care of ourselves. Look in that mirror when you get up in the morning and thank God for getting you up. And then look in the mirror and say, I'm worth it. You don't have to settle for less just because all your friends and everybody else is in a relationship and they think you should be too. If you haven't found someone that enhance your life, like a soulmate and someone that you truly connect to. For me, I rather stay single until I find that, you know, and someone I could truly connect with, and we just have this. Nothing is perfect, but someone who understands you and who's on the same page. That's so important. Instead of just to have somebody to show, in public that you're not by yourself. I would rather be alone by myself and enjoy my own company than be with the wrong partner, because that brings a lot of toxicity and stress and everything to me that I don't want and that I've healed from. So all the work I've done to heal, I'm not going to like regress on that, and that would be regressing for me to settle for less. And that's some of what my um, English teacher meant in that comment in my um, high school yearbook: never sell yourself short just because, and I'm not going to just jump on the bandwagon because everybody else is doing it. The new me, will take my time to get to know people and situations and etc. And I'm saying to you guys too, do the work. Start slow because it's not easy. It's one day at a time. And one of the places is with therapy because it's an outlet. You can talk to that therapist. Everything you talk about is confidential. It's between you and that therapist. And I find that to be uplifting because it's an outlet for the pain or the grief that I feel from all these losses. I've learned to self love, and the self love turned into self care. And I'm on this platform talking about my personal experiences of how I'm getting through everything and how it's building me up. And then I'm here to talk about things. Hopefully, some of these videos are resonating with others who may be going through things I've already gone through. Maybe you can hear something that you can apply to your own situation and it can help you as well. The key factor is never to stay in a place of depression or grief, but to get yourself up and start working on improving your life one day at a time. Nothing ventured is nothing gained. And remember, it's not quick. It may be a slow process, but continue to be consistent and persevere through every day of your life. It is worth it. I tell you that at the end, it is worth it because you're going to feel better. When you feel better, you do better. That's the message today, everyone. Thank you for being here. Share these videos with other people, especially those who are going through grief and trying to find ways to heal themselves and to do better in their lives. It's so important that we reach as many people as possible. Thank you again. And guys, have a great day. And I'll be back tomorrow. I can't promise a time, but I will show up for you and we will continue this process and journey and we can heal together. This is Lisa shedding love and light. And you guys have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.